Divine Walk.
Welcome to the Divine Word podcast. I am your host, Diana. Our mission is to guide listeners on a spiritual journey, deepening that understanding on relationship with God through insightful discussion, personal testimony, and biblical teaching. We aim to talk biblical truth, encourage spiritual growth, foster community and support, address relevant issue, promote love and compassion, and to be Christ-like minded. Why people mock Christianity? This is such an interesting topic. If you take a look at the world back then, even at the world now, you would probably think otherwise. Mankind has been wrapped with evil since the fall of man at the beginning of time. Human beings have turned on God many times, and they have a lot of curses at him, doubt his existence, accuse him of many things. But God never shook in his love for us, for all of us. After the fall of man, mankind become quite a terrible sight and sin in so many ways, and there was no way of stopping it. People were murdering one another, stealing from one another, committing strange act with one another, and worshiping strange God. Children of Israel abandoned God many times and choosing to worship idol instead. Not only did they think of great amount of pain they were causing God, if you were asked to die for such people, would you? Hmm, I know many will say probably not. You would probably give all the reason in the world as to why these people deserve to suffer from their action. And you would have been wrong for it. Human beings were terrible. We still see that terrible nature in many of them in the world today. The most terrible act of occur in history, and they are new ones that we see as each day passes. Murder, sexual violence, war, hatred, pride. But none of this, I'm telling you, from giving, so God loved us so much that he gave his son up to save us from ourselves. He carry on with his plan even when mankind has turned their backs on him. He refused to let his love be based on our love for him. If he had done that, we would have died very long time ago. There is no greater love than the love that Jesus Christ has for us. Jesus laid down his life for every single person in this world, regardless of who they are, where they come from, what they have done in their life. It was not simple decision for him. The thought of suffering and consequence of the sin of the world was not evil thought to bear. In the days leading up to his crucifixion, Jesus was troubled by what was come, and this did not stop him from following through. He was whipped about it. He wasn't celebrating at the fact that he was about to endure so much pain, but he still chose to go through with it because he believed that we were all worth it. So people mocking Christianity for various reasons, from raging from misunderstanding to deep-seated bias. So the Bible provides some insight into why this happened. Number one, spiritual blindness. In Second Corinthians 4, verse 4, the God of his day age has blinded the mind of unbeliever so that they cannot see the light of the gospel that display the glory of Christ, who is the image of God. Spiritual blindness influenced by Satan prevented people from understanding and appreciating the truth of the gospel. This lack of understanding can lead to mockery. Number two, why people mock Christianity is because hostility to God. You Romans 8 verse 7. The mind governed by the flesh is hostile to God. It does not submit to God's law, nor can it do so. The sinful nature inherently hostile to God, leading to rejection and mockery of anything associated with Him. Number three, hypocrites. It's a modern day perspective. Many people see Christianity who fail to live up to the teaching of Christ as hypocritical, which can lead to mockery and criticism of the faith. When high profile Christian leaders fall into scandal or when Christians act in a way that contradict their professed belief, it can reinforce negative stereotype. Number four, cultural and intellectual trend. Since the modern day perspective of secularism and the rise of scientific materialism can create an environment where religion belief are seen as outdated or irrational. Example, influential figure in media and entertainment often portray religion, include Christianity, as a incompatible with modern day science and reasons. Number five of why people mock Christianity, moral disagreement. You see, John 3, verse 19 to 20. This is the verdict. Light has come into the world, but people love darkness instead of light because their needs were evil. And everyone who does evil hated the light and will not come into the light for fear that their needs will be exposed. It's the people who prefer to live contrary to biblical teaching may mock Christianity to justify their own lifestyle and choices. Number six, their misunderstanding and ignorance. Yes, you see, lack of understanding about Christian belief and practice can lead to ridicule based on misconception. Stereotype and misinformation about Christianity can spread through media and popular culture, leading to mockery based on false premises. Number seven, fear and conviction. Acts 7, verse 54 to 57. When Stephen, the first Christian, boldly speak the truth, his listeners were furious and grasped their teeth at him. The conviction of sin that comes from hearing the truth can provoke a defensive reaction, including mockery. And number eight, persecution predicted by Jesus. You see, John 15, verse 18 to 20. In the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first. If you belongs to the world, it will love you as its own. But as it is, you do not belong to the world. But I have chosen you out of the world, and that is why the world hates you. And Jesus warned his followers that they will face hatred, persecution, because they do not conform to the world value. My last final scene is that it's a mockery of Christianity arise from a complex mix of spiritual, cultural, and personal factor. So the biblical insight points to spiritual blindness, hostility to God, moral disagreement as a core reason, but this modern day factor include hypocrites, intellectual and cultural shift, Christians are called to respond with grace, understanding, and steadfastness. Remember that mockery and persecution are a part of spiritual battle, and following Jesus Christ's example in facing opposition. So thank you for watching my video, and I will see you choose a like, comment,
But
and
I'm
subscribe.
holding on.